This is your captain speaking. Welcome aboard. Grab yourself a refreshment from one of our lovely attendants and enjoy the ride. You know where you're at.
Welcome back to DaGaimez. Hope you guys enjoyed the intro. This excites me. The Genesis Starliner actually excites me. I got some pictures for you guys. We're going to discuss a little bit about what I think the role of the ship's going to be and how it's going to play into the game. It's a really good looking ship. It can be used commercially. It's $400 to buy. It's concept sale. And unlike the other concept sales, this one kind of grabbed my attention. I give a lot of credit to the marketers and the people designing this type of ship because it starts to make you think about the game a little bit differently. It's not necessarily all about the pew. Could also be about, owning businesses, getting people transported from planet to planet. Made me think a lot about the system. So I'll be doing a very detailed system, Star Citizen. We're going to say expose. It's probably going to be about a good 45 minutes. And this kind of got me back motivated again, interested. Now, it's not really armed except for one gimbal turret. We'll go over the technicals soon. So it is pretty much, got to be, if you're using it in any other purpose than commercial, you're going to need some type of, even in a commercial situation, you're going to need some type of escort. Now, it also brings about the issue of, what kind of jobs are going to be there in Star Citizen. Are you going to be an attendant, or is this going to be just for the NPCs, or both? Who knows? It depends upon how much credits are eventually going to be worth, how hard they're going to be able to get. This ship serves multiple roles. It can also be commercial, but it's also used by other corporations and militaries as transport ships. Really fantastic idea. I like what they did with it, and we're going to be going over what I saw on Around the Verse, the discussion of the designers and the actual insides of the ship right now. So it's one of those concept sales. They're a little bit different because I can actually show you the inside. So let's really unique ship here, and let's look at the inside of the Genesis Starliner.
Start shifting the seats around, doing a lot of different things with it. So actually, let me just show you what's going on.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is the first iteration, as I said. Not much happening. It's the mixed version that's actually going to be on sale. Mm-hmm. So we have luxury seating, we have luxury sleep pods, we have the seats, we have a lounge for them, and then we have economy seats. So if you look at the economy sleeps, these little pods and stuff for people to go through, and then the luxury ones, you see they have a little bit more space.
Yeah.
So this ship was actually interesting in that it challenged a lot of our designs. So I'm gonna move over to another iteration now. It's a little bit more complete than that one. So this one right here is one of our one of the other ones. As you see, the seating has changed. Some bathrooms were added. Mm-hmm. The cockpit's a little bit more situated out. But again, we were looking at it. We're like, this doesn't really have what we need. And then we started thinking about the different features that were going into the ship itself. For instance, we didn't think about safety features. We didn't think about how long it would travel it'd take to travel from one planet to another. There's just so many questions that we just didn't have answered. So we've been working with the guys in Austin because they've been ones that have taken over the PU and stuff. We've been taking over the ships and doing ship work here. So we've been kind of collaborating between the two.
Design elements and stuff.
Yeah, it's actually really, really been interesting on a lot of the different things. So again, this one right here has a bunch of different type seats, but then again, what's the gameplay there?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Also the space, the spacing wasn't really what we needed. So going through the FPS standards for make sure spacing is there, level design to make sure all of our things are consistent. Then other designs started coming across. So we have this one here, which again, this is more of the same, but more of the spacing. So as you see here, there's more space for the legs, there's more space for people to run around and jump around, but still wasn't really enough. So I had to make another version. And I was it was so many versions, dude, it's crazy.
Well, they say it's an iterative process, right?
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing is, so I've kept all the iterations, that way we can kind of look at where we started.
Oh, that's cool.
And then kind of just gone from there. Just because it's it is really cool to look at what was there. If you look at the first version, the sleeping arrangements were actually up top. Well, that was actually changed, so that way we have all this space for people to have like personal storage, make it more like a kind of like a passenger liner is now, where you have like the storage overhead, you have the seating and stuff like that. And just we're looking at tons of different airplanes that are being used today, and then looking at the Hindenburg, looking at different things like the trains, cruise liners, kind of everything, getting inspiration from that.
Yeah, what was the main inspiration for the Starliner? Or your version of it?
Well, I mean, my version has always been looking at like I think someone told me that it was like the ship from, oh my god, I'm blanking on the name of the thing, but it was like Fifth Element, how it had that like cruise liner feel, and that one thing that people would just go in sleep pods and all that mess and just pass out. Well, we kind of mixed that with kind of today's version of the passengers. So passengers are going to be sitting in their seats for a bit. If they want to get up and walk around, they can go to their sleep pod, take a nap, hang out, chill. So yeah, like we've added extra airlocks for things. We've added more safety features, and like right here, we're seeing kind of the things will be actually, people sit down and then like the seats will launch up into back. Like this is all just work in progress. So right now it's all still very conceptual. We're still figuring everything out.
All right, gamers. So we pretty much got the idea of how many times they've had to go through this. They call them iterations. It's basically the amount of designs that they've had to go through as they think it through. Very cool to see the design process at work. Let's go over the technicals. Let's just jump right into it. We got an 85-meter ship at 275 kilograms. Max crew 8 persons as far as the people that are working the ship. You know, pilots, attendants, as far as how many optimally can work the ship. Obviously, you've got a lot of spaces and a lot of seats for people to be flying around in this thing. I would imagine as this grows and as they continue to design this, they will create new interiors for the different types of Starliners. Genesis, you know, is this particular model. The Starliner is the frame of the ship. So I would say that they would look at other types of interiors for like the military ships, you know, that could hold actual ground units. Very cool to think about that, actually. You got tanks, you're going to have like ground type infantry units, which is going to be planned in for planet side, brings that dynamic to it. There was a new announcement actually brought out. You can check on my G Plus at the Games page, where Chris is talking about the FPS and how much issues they're running into, and he doesn't want to bring out anything that's not less than amazing, even for the alpha. So you guys may want to go look at that article on my G Plus page. Just go to the main channel and click on the G Plus if you're interested in it. Back to the Genesis here. We're looking at TR7 engines, 4 of them. You got to have that much thrust for that kind of weight. You've got, oh my God, how many are we talking about? 16 thrusters. It has to be very maneuverable. Any type of ship like this would have to be very maneuverable, as it really depends upon its propulsion systems. Size 7 power plant, not surprising. Does it look to me as if there are like 6 spots for power plants, because this thing's probably a beast, being, you know, at least on the commercial end, having like a luxury side of it, which is, I thought, really cool to hear in the verse video we just watched, because you've got a concept here where maybe flight's going to take a little bit longer than expected to get from system to system. I would like to see that. I don't want like boom, boom, you're there. They've got interesting ideas, buying tickets and going to other planets. Maybe a lot of people don't want to buy their own ship and they just want to travel this way. They have to make sure that credits aren't, I guess, easily accessible is what I want to say. Like, what is it? $10 per every 1,000, so it equals 1 per 100 credits. So $1 per 100 credits. It's a little easy. People might not want to fly this way, so that's something to be debated. You know, how much is this actually going to be used by people? Is it going to be super protected? Obviously, the one gimbal mount front isn't going to protect them that great. So you're thinking it's going to have to fly in safer type of systems. Also, I like the shields here. We got like 2 spots for shields. S7 size because it's so large. You know, size has no effect on the effectiveness of how strong they are. It's just the physical size, and no additional equipment spots, which I found interesting. There was discussion about putting your gear inside the ship, which I thought was very interesting. So this brings about a lot of questions. I have more questions now than I have answers for you. One of the reasons I really love this to do this is I actually learn a lot from the comments you put down below, and then we can use this as a living database of sorts. I love to do this because it's like a living catalog. It's contributions by all of you, which is great. We all learn. This ship is actually going to be fairly well used by entrepreneurs, by militaries, and it has to be very carefully thought out about how you're going to use it in every situation, as it is a ship that does not have a lot of defenses. Unless they really beef up the shield on this thing, I could imagine this thing being a huge target. And if they want this to be a ship that's going to take some time, that's going to be realistic, to take off from planet side, to get to the jump gate, to go to the other side, it's got to be not really fast. And as a pirate, I could just see people going, oh my God, this is a huge target. I want to completely hold this ship up, couple cutlasses, just get some pirates on board, little terrorist action, get some money from the people so that we don't blow up your ship. And after you've transferred your creds to my account, thank you very much for flying pirate skies. You guys can now leave and go to your destination. So after you've paid money to get on this ship, now you're getting fleeced by the pirates with more money, and it could present bad situations, with whoever you're flying with. It's not only going to be something that's going to be scheduled within the NPC format, but it's also going to be player owned. So obviously $400 is the price for this. Again, like I said, I will have like a system video out. It's going to be like a complete guide on all the systems. That's going to take me forever. So next month, guys. But I really like what this ship did. It got me interested once again in something I was starting to go, I don't know here, what's going to happen? Because it's making me think about more than just the Arena Commander. And it's making me think about more than just the FPS. I like this. I want it to mesh into more than the pew, more than even the industrial and the business. I just want it to have a real flavor to it. You're flying in friendly skies. And I think that's a really neat idea to introduce like jobs. So we are going to have next week a career video. It's going to be my best attempt. It's already over an hour long. It's damn near there. And I keep thinking of new occupations, and I know I won't think of enough of them for you guys. So anyhow, this video's dragged on a little too long for a concept, but I did like it. It did drag me in. I know I'm the type of guy where I was always bitching about the concepts. Here's another concept. Here's another concept. Come on, guys. And I understand that they have designers doing this. They have to pay these guys, and very well done on this, guys. Top notch. Got me interested. Hooked me back in. And thanks to the community for all the great topics and ideas from our last vlogcast. All right, guys. See you on the next vid. Thanks for watching here on DaGaimez.